perhaps more to digest in this game than any game this season. You've had a couple of minutes. What are the things that stand out the most to you?
I liked it that we won the glass for the game. I thought our team rebounding was much better. I thought that was consistent for most of the game there. And I just like the fact that that we made some big plays, down the stretch there. I thought Malcolm and Domas made some very big plays in overtime and prior to that. I thought our bench contributed, with Aaron Holiday and Jeremy Lamb making some big plays down the stretch as well. But I just liked our overall consistency on the glass.
Wheat.
Yeah, Nate, you mentioned Malcolm and Domas. They both had some rough games lately in terms of at least field goal percentage. What was different about the way they were playing tonight?
I thought they took the right shots. I thought they did a good job of just taking the shots within the flow of the offense. And they're both very, very unselfish players. As you can see, they're both, dang near probably had double-digit assists. I think it was 10 and 9 assists for each of them. So they want to make the right plays, but I just like their aggressiveness. But they had more of a mentality to be a finisher at the rim and finish through hits without relying on anything else.
Tony East.
Nate, a big run in the fourth quarter was sparked by you guys switching to a zone defense. I was wondering what went into the decision to switch to zone with that unit, and why do you think it worked so well?
Well, as you saw in the first half, we gave up a ton of points. And in the third quarter, our defense was better, but I just didn't want to get them on a rhythm again. So we just thought, as a coaching staff, that changing that up to a 2-3 zone there would try to disrupt the rhythm there a little bit. And when we play that, we got to make sure that we rebound well out of it. And I know they hit a couple threes late on it, but overall, I liked our zone.
Pat Boylan.
Can you speak to Aaron Holiday's specific contribution? A lot like that Atlanta game, he kind of sparks you in the fourth quarter. I think he had 12 points in the fourth and overtime. And maybe the biggest play of the game was him finding Lamb for the three on the second to last possession.
Yeah, that was a big one. I also thought that middle ball screen, with I think maybe a minute to go in the game, Domas set that Aaron went and made that right-handed layup. I thought that was a big bucket as well. But when he's making shots and attacking like that, he's good. And you can ride the hot hand there for a while.
Wheat.
A little unique to play 2 overtime games in a row. Was there a sense when this one got to overtime that you guys had a shot to redeem yourselves after the way Monday went?
Absolutely. It's exactly what the guys were talking about at the end of regulation. Getting into that last 5 minutes and really digging in. And I thought we came out more assertive on offense to start that game. I got to put this back on here, guys. There's a bunch of people around here.
Okay, J. Michael, you got anything?
Yeah, I joined a second late, so I apologize if you've been asked this already. Getting those first 5 points in overtime. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that. That now you can go ahead. I can hear you now.
Okay. I said I apologize if you were asked this already. I just joined in, but getting that first bucket or those first 5 points in overtime, did it make it easier as opposed? I mean, obviously it's easier as opposed to maybe what you dealt with in Chicago when you guys just couldn't get going. How much easier is it to play when you come out in overtime like that? It seems like it's a lot smoother.
Yeah, I don't know if easier is the word, and I know you weren't trying to use that word either, but I like the fact that Malcolm made the right read on that very first play, and that's a big bucket. He's the point guard and the leader of this team, and he got us out to a quick 3-0 lead there. So I just like the assertiveness in him taking that shot and then making that shot.
Anybody else? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you very much.
Pat Boylan. No.
Hey, Jeremy, what enabled the success of you and Aaron and that lineup that you guys were able to have? And what does it mean for your confidence when Nate Bjorkgren runs with that group through the fourth and into overtime?
I think we kept playing. We kept telling ourselves in the huddle, like, keep playing, keep getting stops, and the offense will come. And we just stayed with it. We stayed together as a team. And Aaron was a huge lift for us. He hit a couple threes, got to the rim when we really needed it, and he really got us going.
Yeah, Jeremy, you guys gave up 73 points in the first half. What was different defensively in the second half?
I think we just had to lock in. We knew we gave up too many points in transition, and we also knew that we wasn't taking care of the ball. So I think it was an emphasis to really take care of the ball, give ourselves a chance to set up our defense, and that's what we tried to do. We mixed up our defenses a little bit, went from man to man to a 2-3, and just tried to play hard and mix it up, and it worked out.
Scott.
Jeremy, considering this stretch to end the first half, 6 of 8 on the road, just could you feel the enormity of trying to just get out of here with a win, no matter how ugly it may have been?
Every game we play, we want to get out with a win, and when we are hanging around, they keep making runs, we keep making runs. We always gonna play to win the game, and that's what we try to do.
Brendan Rourke.
Hey, Jeremy. So with the way the Chicago game ended, did you guys feel like you had some extra motivation this overtime?
I wouldn't say motivation. I will say we wanted to learn from our mistakes. We pushed it to overtime. We didn't want to come out flat. We really tried to make it a point to come out with a lot of energy and get stops and execute on the offensive end and get good shots, whether they go in or not, get good shots. And tonight they went in.
Tony East.
Jeremy, it seems like this season you've had more success scoring the ball at a high level with the second unit. What do you feel like makes you fit in so well with that group, and do you feel like they're better at setting you up for shots maybe than you are in other units?
I think in the first unit it's a lot of scores. I don't have the ball as much, but that's how it is when you're on a team with a lot of good players. There are nights in the second unit that I'm not scoring because it's a lot of good scorers and playmakers in the second unit as well. So I just think we share the ball, and we got so many good players that it's not going to be my night every night. It's not going to be Malcolm's night every night. We got a lot of good players, and we move the ball and it'll find the bucket.
Okay, anything else? Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Domas, what did it mean to you to be able to get a new career high, have it come in a triple double, but then also in a comeback win and in a game that you guys were able to close out as well as you did in overtime?
The most important was I feel like this was a big win for the team. There was a lot of emotions out there. Locker room's happy, and that's the most important thing. We dug deep, in the fourth quarter, and we took it to overtime, and then we won. So that's the most important takeaway of the game.
Wheat.
Yeah, Domas, when you guys got to overtime, did you take anything away from the way overtime went on Monday against Chicago?
Yeah, Malcolm, all of us were in the huddle like, we've been here before. We know what we got to do. We got to come out aggressive. We got to be the ones attacking. And I feel like we did that. We got some key stops. And that helped us on our offense.
Scott.
Domas, you said there were a lot of emotions just trying to get this big win. What do you think led to that? Was it just the feeling of the stretch you are on right now and knowing you just need to take care of business?
It's tough. We're hovering 500. We know we're a team that we're clearly better than that. We're just going through a tough stretch, and we just knew we got to come out and win this game. And in that fourth quarter, we kind of stuck together and got stops when we most needed it. And then once we get stops, we play our game. We're all very talented, and it's easy to score.
Nathan Addison.
Hey Domas, how do you guys build off of an impressive win such as this in order to get that winning streak back going again?
I think the most important thing is I feel like we went back to the basics. Everybody was doing their jobs. Coach pointed out a lot of things out in film, and everybody listened. And like I think it's just a good refresh. And just everybody do our jobs. And things will take care of it.
Scott.
Domas, are you at a point now where a career high, a triple double, where those are kind of, you don't want to celebrate them, but maybe they're afterthoughts, right? Like
Yeah,
they're not normalized, but they are. What are your feelings towards all that?
Feeling doesn't mean nothing. We really needed this win. Like all that's out the window. I'm just happy we got the win. Buzzer went off. We all left off smiling and happy, and that's the most important part.
Anything else for Domas? J. Michael, you got something?
Yeah, Domas, how much of a difference did it make? You started out the game on the left block, and I remember your shot got blocked by Minnesota. It looks like they were expecting you to do that. When you started being on the right block, where it seems that you had more room. And even when you guys started at overtime, your first bucket came off the right block, and Malcolm's three came off of you guys running ball screen action there. Was that an adjustment you guys noticed and made in game, or is that from the coach, or is that from something that you guys saw on the court?
I think that first block was my bad. I made a really soft move beginning of the game. Didn't kind of took that position for granted, and then I knew I just had to take each position more serious and be more aggressive. And then as the game went on, me and Malcolm do a great job of reading off each other, and I guess it just happened. Malcolm brought the ball up on that side, and it just kind of happened. Because usually, like you say, we're on the other block, but things just happen.
All right. Thank you, Domas.
Thank you, guys.